5.
Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here today, you know what to do. Please make sure to click that subscribe button and make sure to switch on the notification bell so that when a video drops, you're ready and we inside, right? And for all my returning subscribers, welcome to another video by your ultimate fave. Now, before we get into this, for all those who actually don't believe, because someone was like, yeah, there's no way you drink with water. I did drink it with water. It's just unfortunate that I don't have sparkling water. I prefer drinking my liquor with sparkling water. Now guys, okay, wait, sorry. There's something very OCD about things on straight. I don't know. Guys, I just want to say, first up, I recorded a mukbang with ramen noodles, okay? And when I recorded the first one, I didn't realize the whole time that my sound was off. Right? So I made sure I had to re-record, I had to scrap the last story time, and then I had to re-record. But then the amazing thing is, because when you know God is good, is that this story time is a brand new one. It's not the one I was going to previously record, because this actually happened 24 hours ago. 24 hours ago. Guys, I swear my life is a little okay, but in this instance, I was just very dumb. But anyway, we're going to be doing a mukbang and story time today. I normally do my mukbangs with confession sessions, but I wanted to do the story time because it was really funny how it happened and I almost got bamboozled. But I really also wanted to create those TikTok viral ramen noodles. So for these ones, I actually used my favorite ones, which are the pink packet, the carbonara noodles, because they are the least spicy ones. Now I can't do the red packet, the black packet, and any other packet that just has ×2 spicy is not for me. So before we do anything else, and I also got my eggs. You guys know me. Anybody who follows this channel and is a true subscriber knows that I love my eggs. So without me rambling too much, I'm gonna get right into the story time because I'm gonna have load shedding. We are on stage 6 of load shedding. Eskom has decided after BRICS Summit, it's back to factory settings, restore factory settings, and now here we are. But anyway, guys, I added in mine milk and cheese. I think they call the viral baldak ramen noodles on TikTok. I actually did a kind of little quick TikTok to show you guys how I make these. But then today I just added some milk, I added some mushrooms, and I added 3 boiled eggs. So without rambling too much, here's the first bite, guys. Because people are saying, Naledi, these days you don't give us a first bite. So creamy, so cheesy. Let me have one more bite. You can see how creamy and cheesy they are because I added milk. I actually didn't add fresh cream, I added milk, and I also added the eggs and added, yeah, that's about it. I just added milk. Oh, and cheese. Now it is currently going on 7 p.m. and time is not on my side. So without rambling too much, let's jump into the story of how I almost got bamboozled. I'm gonna move my hair out the way because this wig is actually quite it flies around. It's got a lot of flyaways because it's a double drawn version hair, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you how I almost got bamboozled about 24 hours ago. Now, yesterday, if any of you follow me on social media, you guys will know that yesterday, obviously when this video comes out, it will have been like 48 hours plus. But yesterday, I was at the, the Houghton Hotel. These noodles are A1. I had a really big weekend, right? I had like a weekend where I went to the Polar All White party, and basically it was kind of like a binge drinking weekend. Everyone was pretty excitable, if that's a word. I know you normally say excited, but everyone was really just in the moment. I really wanted a spa day because I've obviously been recording my show on Channel O called My Top 5. Please check it out. Wednesdays at 5 p.m. No, this is not paid promo. That's just the family. But I wanted to do this spa date for quite some time now. So someone close to me was like, you know what? I want to book you a spa day what. And I was like, okay, you know what? The person was like, no, I'll book it for you on Monday because you're going to be having a big weekend. You're going to be doing things, going to events. I was like, alright, cool. So he books the spa day. And by the way, guys, let me just say, but anyway, I go to the Houghton on Monday in the afternoon. I go at around like 1:30, and I spend plus minus 3.5 hours there, just kind of pampering, relaxing, and it was honestly the most tranquil Monday of my life. I've never been at peace. I've never been that disconnected from the world, and it was fantastic. I don't know what it is about the Houghton, but you just feel like you're not in Joburg, dude. You really feel like you're out of town. So big ups to them for that. And the spa treatments were amazing. The ladies were amazing. They were so sweet. But then right after the treatments, I go to their restaurant. They've got this restaurant upstairs. So I know they've got Sejour, which is like the fine dining, but then they've got a little bistro outside. So I go to the bistro outside and I basically enjoy the sunset because it started setting from around like 5:30 towards 6 p.m. And honestly, that sunset was so perfect, I almost cried. But anyway, fine. The sun sets, my phone is also kind of dying, so I'm just like, you know what? I've got my cord in the car. I'll charge when I get to the car. I get to the car, man. Before I leave, I go through my notifications because I had actually posted an Instagram reel. Well, I don't know if I posted it the previous night or on the day of. And I was obviously checking the interactions, trying to remain as interactive as possible. And whilst I'm on Instagram, I get this notification from this account, which seemingly looked normal. I didn't really take account into what's actually happening here. So, I was so hungry. I could at this point just sit here and just eat without talking. But so this random girl, and the account is called Noluzwane, right? I'm actually gonna place it right here because now that I figured out it's actually a scammer, I don't really owe that person privacy. Fine, this person DMs me and says, hey, can I have your contact details, right? So now guys, let me be honest and tell you guys that a lot of the campaigns I've gotten in the past, because I work in the social media space, some brand managers, when they can't access me, so when they can't, you know, get my telephone number or anything like that, they will opt to DM me on social media. I've had a lot of campaigns where brand managers have DM'd me, hey Naledi, this is this person from this place and we want to work with you, yada yada yada. So it's not far-fetched that people will reach out to you asking, you know, for your contact details and this, that, and the third. So this person's like, hey, can I get your contact details? And I'm like, okay, cool. So I say, hey, so the person's like, hey babes, can I get your contact details? And I'm like, hey babe, what is this regarding? You know, I obviously don't throw out the contact details. Now bear in mind, I read that message, very innocent. It was even in the message requests because I tried by all means to really go through those message requests. If there's anybody who needs any sort of assistance, anybody who needs advice, whatever. But I obviously filter through what I choose to respond to. Because there are a lot of, like, you know, Catfish and PayPal out there. So knowing me, I know myself, I'm from Joburg. I'm not gonna let some scammer scam me. I'm smarter than that, remember? But clearly not yesterday. Almost, I didn't get bamboozled though, but almost. I answer the message and I'm like, hey babe, what is this pertaining to, right? So this girl, or this person, because this is the account of someone who looks like a female. It's like, no, hey, I'm like, what is this regarding? It's like, no, I've got a work gig. this particular person recommended me to you. However, this person wants to take 50% of that cut, and I just feel like that's unfair. So I really want to give you this gig on the side, but please don't say anything. Please keep it discreet. What? I'm like, okay, cool. Now, when I check, I want you to be privy to the information that brand managers don't have open accounts, okay? Brand managers are the people you're kicking with. Brand managers are the people you're focusing on the TL. Brand managers is anybody. So it's quite necessary, or it's probably in your best interest not to treat anybody like shit, because that person might end up being the person who could hire you for a job, and you might not get that job. So when I'm now driving home, because I was driving around, it was still like traffic time, and it was still, there was load shedding. So obviously some robots were working, some weren't working. So even though it was after the specified traffic time, I was still within those spaces. So I left the Houghton Hotel at around 6 p.m. and I was making my way home. So right after I asked this particular account, what is this regarding? This person tells me, no, it's a work gig, you know, the person who recommended you wants to take 50%, but I felt like it's unfair, so I really want to give you this job, whatever the case may be. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Tell me more about it. I send this person my direct phone number. And one of the other reasons that I do that is because I really feel like I've built that rapport with brand managers, where as much as, you know, as influencers or as, you know, personalities, you're unattainable. You need to have a manager. I don't really have a manager, so I want to build those relationships. I want to speak to the brand manager, because a lot of the time a manager will say, oh no, her budget is 60K, and this person's like, oh, we've only got 40K, but please, Naledi, if you can just, and then you can obviously make those amends, right? I don't have a manager, by the way. Side note, I don't actually have a manager or have any management representing me, so I do everything myself. And I think all of that has contributed to my deep-rooted control issues. And also, you know what, guys? A manager can make or break you. I've seen a lot of people get bamboozled by managers. Okay. This person takes my number. So I don't make anything of it, because I send my number and now I'm traveling home, stuck in traffic. There's a robot that's not working, so we're all just I know, man. While I'm stuck in that particular traffic, it's actually right after St. John's, there by Hillbrow, there by Joe Slovo. If you know that road, you know that right there over that hill. I'm stuck there. Hi, bo. I get a WhatsApp message. WhatsApp message. I don't know what the hell is going on. Maybe I'm trying to speed it up because I'm actually thinking of the time frame that I'm actually going to have load shedding. It's one of the reasons why I didn't even do my makeup, because I wasn't going to have time. While I'm stuck in traffic, I get a WhatsApp message. Now, I've got CarPlay in the car. So even though I'm driving home, if a WhatsApp comes in, the notification is there. And then when I see that notification, I recognize that it's a phone number. Now, I don't really like answering WhatsApps, especially when I'm like in Joburg, because where you're sitting there answering your phone, that's where they smash and grab. But also, guys, security alerts. Don't walk casually with your phone. They are stealing phones. Like, I swear to God, there is a syndicate that is running where people are casually stealing phones. I even noticed on that night, on this particular evening, I went into the spot to go buy these ramen noodles last night, and I noticed 3 women following me around the spot. That's also a story for another day, but it's not really that bad because I'm leading into the story. I see a WhatsApp from a number I haven't saved. So this is a number, like this is a random number. So I see the message pop in, and then shortly after, another message pops in. Same number. I kept my phone beside me because I wanted to read out the messages. This very number has already changed their profile picture to another girl's number. Anyway, whatever. This phone number says, hey babes, hope you're well. And then the next message says, this is my personal number. So you can see they came in at the same time. And I'm like, oh my God, hey, I had no idea. Now the message comes in as a phone number. I get it because you haven't saved it. But then when you obviously go into your WhatsApp, you check who's this particular person. Hi man, I go into my WhatsApp. I realized that no man, I recognize this woman on the profile picture. This woman is actually a popular Instagram. Okay, I'm gonna take a chance and say influencer because I know that she works in the social media spaces. I know her and I follow her on social media. So as soon as I saw her picture, I recognized that no man, this is this girl, you know? And she's got very distinct features. So she calls herself by a particular name that describes her distinct features. So that phone number, when I click on obviously the information to find out, because I see the profile picture is her, but it's a phone number. I click on it and then it's showing me the name. And now the name is this name that this girl calls herself on social media. So like, for example, someone, for anybody who doesn't understand, I just want to make sure we're all on the same page here. For anybody who doesn't understand, this person saves their display or their WhatsApp name as Naledi M Official, right? Now Naledi, anybody knows Naledi M Official is this particular girl. Hi man, I see it's her profile picture. I see it's her social media handle. So I'm like, okay. So I automatically, innocently, guys, I'm like, because now I was confused. I don't know this girl's real name. I call her by her social media name. So her and I, we don't know each other personally, but we know each other enough to greet each other because we follow each other on social media. So I'm like, oh my God, hey babe, I have no idea, thanks so much. And then the next message that comes from this person is like, oh no, this should remain between me and you. I will just save your contacts. I'm like, no, not a problem. Can I call you? Okay. This is where now things start getting tricky because now I'm stuck in traffic. But now I'm texting this person. And I'm like, can I call you? Because I obviously didn't want to be texting whilst doing. Hi man, I'm like, can I call you? And immediately after I send that text, because this person is responding rapidly. So like if I send a message, 30 seconds later, here's the response. I try to call this person. It's like, oh no babe, I can't answer the phone right now. I'm with my boyfriend. What. Okay, doesn't answer my call. And then this person keeps insisting that this should remain between me and you. This should remain between me and you. So this person, and for story's sake, we're gonna call this supposed friend who referred me Shadrach. Yabo. Now, she says, and now let me take it back even further, okay? Because I need you guys to understand why I almost fell for this trap. She uses a name of someone whom I know is running a talent management agency, okay? You know what? Actually, I'm gonna fucking say it because I have nothing to lose. So this particular person says, no, a girl named Shadi referred me to you. Now, the only Shadi I know has a talent management agency. And now she obviously has a roster of very popular people under her. She's got a very successful talent management agency. And she's someone I really rock with because she's definitely referred me a couple of times for potential campaigns. Now, in this text, this person says, no, man. Shadi referred me to you, but Shadi wants to take 50%. And I feel like that's unfair. I'm like, oh. Now, why the hell would Shadi want to do that? But then again, I'm thinking, because guys, when you run a talent management agency, or when you refer people, we're in spring for real. When you refer people as a talent manager, you obviously have your cut. You have your cuts for the people you bring along to the campaign under your agency, irrespective of whether they are your influencers or not, you know? So I'm gonna say this, for example, if I wanna work with Coca-Cola, right? Coca-Cola won't approach me directly, they won't. Or even if they do, because chances are, if Coca-Cola wants to run a campaign, but then those brand managers wanna work with me, they will contact a third-party agency to run that campaign and facilitate that campaign alongside the element of saying, we want Naledi M, so we want you guys to offer her 100K up front, and obviously the total of that 100K would also be the 20% of the management fee to manage the campaign, to manage Naledi, to make sure I submit on time and whatever. So the total Coca-Cola would be taking out would be 120,000 Rand. And then the 100,000 Rand would come to me alongside the fact that the 20% would go to the management agency. Okay? For all of those who had no idea. Okay, now this person's explaining, or at least the influencer, I think, is talking to me. Explains, hi, no. Okay, girl, thanks for having my back. And then she proceeds to mention that, you know what, it was actually meant to be my campaign, but because I'm not in town right now, are you available for later this evening? And she refers to it, the person I'm talking to, the supposed influencer. It's like, no, it's a gig for tonight, but I'm not going to be around town, so it's 35K if you want it, here it is. I'm like, babe, let's go, baby. Where am I going? Am I going to a movie premiere? Am I walking on the red carpet? Like, what's happening? Talk to me. Iyo. Woo! Now here's where the first skackla comes in. The first skackla is the supposed influencer, and we're gonna keep saying supposed. She then proceeds to say, verbatim, Shadi referred me to you, and I feel like 50% cut is too much, so let's keep this between me and you. I'm currently in Cape Town for shoots, and my regulars are aside for meetings. He wants someone later for 35K. So now, I'm reading that message. I'm stuck in deep traffic, knee deep air Joburg, air hutlelang high. Le palamadi taxi sa uqina. Wang understand no kiring, and I'm like, my regular is that side for meetings. He wants someone later for 35K. I am currently with my man. Can I call you when I get to the house? I'm like, no problem, my man. Now, I didn't read the last part of it, right? I didn't read the second part of that one. I'm reading the part where she says, I am currently with my man. Can I call you when I get to the house? I'm like, no problem. Where am I going? Give me a brief campaign. Then she says, okay, this guy is my regular and he's attending this particular event at the head offices in the area. He's going to be there until 8 p.m. He wants someone until tomorrow. I'll confirm the time now and send you his details. Please, my babe. This should remain between me and you. I'm very discreet and I'll call you when I get back to the house. So now I'm reading it and I'm just like, now initially I was like, I'm like, now I'm reading, driving. And at some point I think I even halted a little bit, because when I read that message, I'm like, oh crap, that's what you mean, you know? With crying faces, because I'm just like, bitch, first and foremost, you said work gig on Instagram, so I gave you my number under this assumption that it's work gig, and now you're saying my guy is going to be at some summit, at 8 p.m. As soon as he's done, he needs someone like this for 35K. I'm like, nah. Something's not right here. I drive home and I'm like, you know what? I can't be entertaining this right now, because that message caught me off guard for a multitude of reasons. One, where in the motherfucking hell have you ever heard that I do hookups? Where? Who? Guy. I want the men who have actually put the money down in front of me, said, Naledi, na money, to come up, speak up. Because, first of all, I was like, this bitch is trying me. One, because we're not friends like that. You can't just come at me and tell me who you want me to sell bums, okay? Like, what do you? So now I'm just like, nah, something's hitting the water here. I called my friend. And I'm like, listen, friend, Now I just got a message from someone like this, and I asked her, and I'm like, friend, there's this girl, there's this influencer. Do you follow her on Instagram? She's like, nah, yeah, I do. Yeah, but, and I'm like, please go to her Instagram account. She goes to her Instagram account. I'm like, what's her full name? What's her real name? Because I obviously didn't know this girl's real name. Like, I just call her by her Instagram handle, and it's one of those things where everybody calls them by their Instagram handle. Like, who's someone who's known for their Instagram handle? Loot Love. I know Loot Love is Loot Love. But if you were to ask me Loot Love's real name, I'd be bamboozled, because I'm like, her name isn't Loot Love? Like, what are you saying? Her name, that's not her name on her ID. You know what I mean? Loot Love is Loot Love, and Loot Love is Loot Love. Loot Love ki Loot Love. So now, I don't actually know this girl's real name. So now I call my friend and I'm like, friend, do you follow this girl on Instagram? She's an influencer, she does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My friend's like, no, I do. I'm like, go to her Instagram handle. She goes, I'm like, what's her real name? It's like, no, her real name is Twen Twen. And I'm like, hey, she's a king. What's happening? What's up, what? I'm like, no, man, friend, I just got a DM from this Instagram account. Look at this. I send her a screen grab. Now, as I send her a screen grab, I'm about to approach the house. I'm like, friend, something here is hitting the water. My friend instantly says, nope, 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 it's a scammer. And I'm like, fuck. But now the problem is I've already given this person my number thinking it's her Finsta, right? So now a lot of famous people have what we call a Finsta. And I only found out about this year because I didn't actually know that you guys actually have things to hide. Like, for example, I could have my Instagram account that has 134,000 like followers, but then I can have a Finsta where I have like just like 20 people, and I don't know what you guys do on there. I don't know if you guys are showcasing me like smoking weed, like snorting drugs off bums. I don't know. But apparently famous people have these very secluded private accounts, and I know 2 of like very big influencers, even YouTubers, who have Finsta accounts. So I was like, okay, interesting. My friend's like to me, no, Naledi, something about this is very shabby. And I'm like, okay, yeah, something about it seems very shabby. You know what I mean? So then I send her the screenshots of this, and I'm like, is this her Finsta? Like, does she recruit people? Like, does she sell bums for a living? You know? Now my friend and I are like, I'm sure she doesn't sell bums for a living. I don't like how thick my noodles are. I should have kept the noodle water. Anyway, now my friend and I, we're trying to get to the bottom of it. My friend is like, off the bat, red flag, that's all her. I'm like, let me dig a little deeper now. Now I'm home, now I'm chatting to this account. And now I'm like, to this account, this person's like, yo, can you please meet him? Are you keen? Whatever. And I'm like, girl. Initially, I'm like, firstly, let's get one thing straight. Who is the person, like, I know that I'm talking to you, but I know for a fact that that's not you on your profile picture. That person is somebody else. Now, why are you using someone else's profile picture if you want to remain some sort of discretion? Now, on Instagram, whilst all this riffraff is happening, I request to follow that account. The person doesn't accept my request. Nah. Now, when I go to request to follow this account, that's where I start saying, the person's actually following 1,000 people and only has like 300 followers. I'm like, yo, you? That's when I'm like, red flag number 2. Red flag number 2. Obviously that red flag, I didn't see it, guys. Like it was like a misstep on my part, because honestly, I was in the midst of getting home, being in traffic, not trying to be on my phone. So nothing about it. Now I'm like, wait a minute. If you are this supposed person giving me a work gig, why do you only have 300 followers, but you follow like 1,200 people? And now the account is private. I request, the account doesn't accept me. But the person is talking to me now, like in real time. And the person is also online on Instagram. So I'm like, I see what you're doing. So then I asked this person, why are you using this influencer's pictures, and why are you calling yourself by this influencer if it's not you? And also, when are you getting home so you can call me, so you can tell me what this is all about? This one's like, no, I promise you it's super discreet. This guy he's a regular. Now I can tell what's going on. Now I'm being sold. Okay? I'm being sold like a sheep from Sebeti. I'm being sold like a cow for when we do amatabiso and all that other riff-raff. I'm being sold. You understand? Now this person's like, no. The person's like, no, it's my friend. And I'm like, okay, but then who are you? Who are you? Well, she sends me a view once picture, of which, thanks to me, I obviously took my camera. As soon as I clicked view once, I went to my camera, I took a picture of this particular girl with my camera. And now the picture that this supposed person sent to me is a picture of a woman who actually looks somewhat Mozambican. So doesn't look South African, mixed race. I don't even think it's colored. You know, you can actually tell when someone's colored and when someone's mixed race. You can tell when someone's from here, when someone's Tanzanian, Ethiopian. They've got something very, what's the word? They've got something very mixed racy about them that I just can't describe, man. Like you can tell the color and you can tell Tanzania, okay, mixed race, okay, South African Latina. No. It's my friend. It's a common thing. I'm like, okay, well that's a fucking red flag. And secondly, I'm not like someone who does hookups. It's like, no, please don't tell anyone, please. I'm begging you. Okay, this person's gonna be done at 8. Are you keen? Now by this time we've been talking for an hour because now I like things, and now I've alerted all my friends that I'm being sold by a stranger. Now I've picked up that it's not this girl. I go onto Instagram and now I DM the influencer and I'm like, hi baby, listen, something very strange is going on. Someone is using your pictures and your phone number and is busy recruiting girls for hookups. Do you know about this? Yaba? I send a screenshot. Now I'm sending a screenshot also in fear of, shit, what if it is her? What if she's testing me? And even if she was, bitch, I'ma be damned if you think it's all. But anyway, fine, I send her a message in the midst of everything that's happening. While that's happening, this person, okay, this guy, listen, he's very high profile, he's a very popular businessman, he's from Cape Town and Clifton, his family's very wealthy, and he wants to give you the money in cash. Do you want it? Can we meet around this particular area? I'm like, girl, honey, 1, I'm not going. 2, if you are doing this, I'm not gonna knock your hustle. That's interesting. And then this girl proceeds to send me a breakdown of this supposed person. Send me a breakdown of this person. This person's name is AB. So for story's sake, I'm gonna call this person Christian Grey. Says name, Christian Grey. Sex, male. Age, no. Occupation, does this. Likes and dislikes. Likes massages, cuddling, and feet sex. Now bear in mind, Hansa Araba, now I'm calling my friends, I'm video calling my sister, I'm sending all these screenshots because I'm making sure that whilst we're having this conversation, this person doesn't delete chats. So I'm like, send it to the group. Whilst all that is happening, this person's like, babe, confirm, are you in? Now, then at some point, I'm like, you know what, babe? I'm really not one to knock anyone's hustle, but I don't do hookups. But thank you so much for considering me. I don't even know why you considered me because I don't get it. But like, thank you. That was a really kind but unnecessary gesture. I don't know, man. Maybe my body's in the best shape it's ever been. I don't know. Feet sex. When you say feet sex, are you saying that basically my feet do this? Like there was even a point where I was trying to figure out, I'm like to my friends, guys, in terms of saying, I've heard of the term. I know we all have weird fetishes. But in the instance of this, would I be the one doing it with the feet or would he be the one doing it to me? Like what? What's happening, guys? I obviously tell this Catfish account and I'm like, you know what, dude, first and foremost, I don't understand why you reached out to me. 1. 2, no thank you, I don't do hookups. 3, I'm never one to knock anyone's hustle, but thank you so much. And then this person eventually is like, oh, okay. It's like, yeah, but I did confirm, babe. Are you sure? Please. I even at some point said, well, Lele, you're gonna have to fly from Cape Town to Joburg, babe. You're gonna have to fly from Cape Town to Joburg, bruh. Your man's waiting for you here, bruh. Hi, fine. Eventually, this person leaves me alone. And then I start switching on this. Then I move away from Naledi funny girl. Naledi small waist, big ass girl. Now I move to Naledi MBA, title holder from Monash, South Africa, which is now IIE MSA. Now I'm like, nah. This is weird for a multitude of reasons, okay? Now, the influencer didn't respond to me up until the next day. So now I'm thinking about it, and I asked my friends, I'm like, but guys, even if, let's say, this were potentially a real thing, because obviously we know that the business of hookups is a real thing in Johannesburg. Like, it's not asyntwe unfamiliar to anybody. I'm like, guys, it still doesn't make sense. Let's say this supposed influencer, first of all, we've all cornered that it's a catfish. But now we're saying, let's look at all the probabilities. Let's do all the hypothesis testing. Hypothetically speaking, if this girl were in the business of selling bums and whatever, why would she reach out to me? Out of everyone, she's got a popular group of friends. This girl, she and her friends are very popular on the Instagram streets, you know. When we see them, she's friends with Lona. So mawana ututu, you know, ututu uskima ukuku, no papra, na lona, no lisage. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, wait a minute. Even if this girl was in the business of hookups, which is not far-fetched, not for her though, but in general, it's not far-fetched. Even if she was in the business of hookups, why would she reach out to me? You've got 35K on the line. You're all the way in Cape Town. You're with your supposed boyfriend. You don't want to lose sight of that rack. But I must now go. A complete stranger that you don't even know does hookups or not. I must now go. That 35K, who said I'm going to share it with you? I'm not even going to share it with you. So why would you ask me as opposed to asking one of your mates or one of the other girls you might have been familiar with in the hookup game? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Corruption and collusion is just as present and very pertinent in the hookup space. People who hook up are going to hook each other up. That's why all the popular girls, there is only a certain Ivy League special school for where the only certain girls can access rich niggas. You can't. You're not part of the squad. And ask yourself why I can never get a nigga like that. Because you will never get a nigga like that. I'm sorry. I don't want to be the one to break it to you, okay? To get in those spaces, you don't just get in, dumelang. No. You are brought in. Okay, whether or not you see it on social media or whatever, but all these high-profile men that we see and we read about, and they're doing this with this and they're doing this with this, those are men you will never have access to. Hence why only a select few live a certain life that we could only dream of. And yes, this is a heartbreaking thing to realize, but you know, I'm not so mad at it. But yeah, I am on the outside watching in, but it sucks. But it doesn't really suck that bad. You understand? Theoretically speaking, even if go food. Cause now me, I Google this name. Guys. I went through all the things that I had to do. And here's the kicker. This supposed name that I was given, this supposed high-profile person that I was meeting, when I Google his name, a LinkedIn account shows up. And good old brothers is just a young project manager, just what it's amela, wabona, kurwambona, Google profile picture, kurli nepetizer time, wambona, oh, we are parallel DH, we tatala mutuhaye, and it's not even in the fucking province. Nowhere near Cape Town. I'm gonna tell you that. Nowhere near Cape Town. And I'm like, oh, is it possible that he's using a pseudo name? And I'm like, but even if he was using a pseudonym, guys, he's sure as hell not gonna get some little ghost ass looking ass weird account to do that. He'd probably get like a bodyguard or something really like ape shit. He'd probably find me in some really crazy ass way and be on some, what's up? What's poppin'? I like you, what's poppin'? I'm gonna tell you guys something. The richest man I've ever encountered and I ever met was at a Starbucks, and he looked like a sack of shit. But when I found out who he was, and I only found out 2 years later, he was in the news, trending for things that people should be doing for billions of money. So I was just like, yeah, no, not like this, guys. Not like. And I had no idea throughout the course of even knowing him who he was. I never knew his surname. He never told me anything. He never played it above. He never played it below. But when I found out who that nigga was, yeah, did I have 40 days and 40 nights of sleepless nights? Of course I did. You know, it's gonna happen. These things happen. But the thing is, you gotta take your L and move like the grown woman that you are. So I was like, you know what? Out of all the rich niggas that I know, no rich nigga's gonna move like this. Hey. Nina manga, limaka. How na rich nigga A1, etlo latang Catfish account, etlo ring tla kwano, lata Naledi, jotsa Naledi ke batla o mo tshwara mo le mo. No one's gonna do that. Of course I'm gonna need to vet him. And guys, my vetting skills are a good like 7.85, 79. So 7.85, 79. That's how good my vetting skills are. The only part where I suck is having to find out if you have a girlfriend and stuff, because 80% of the time, I don't care about that, you know? I vet if you're a law-abiding citizen, if you're a criminal, if you're a thug, if when uchoncha imoto, if when uzisa kumabhoda, if when ushintsha magama, that part I do vet, because I've met a lot of men who just introduce themselves as a typical ngedisi, as a typical sbosh, only to find out that these men are actually high-profile men. So a lot of the time, even the high-profile men don't even tell you anything about themselves. So, So anyway, that's what happened. And then I blocked the account. And now that I've checked, the account has a completely different picture of a girl who also looks very Instagram popular. Then the next day, that would be today. I wake up obviously with the intention to record the story time. You know? I wake up dedicated and ready to prevent you guys from doing ama-hookup anganangqondo. Ngoba mina ngiwayenzi mina. Angazi ngiyanenza mina ngaphandle. But ngeke ngijudge mina. I wake up in the morning and now I'm cackling with my friends and I'm like, hey guys, scammers are working overtime. As now I'm talking to my friends and I'm like, hey, what a time. This girl on Instagram finally responds. Hey, son. I'm like, babe, do you know this account? It's your Insta account, you know? And she's like, oh my God, not this account again. I'm like, well, there it is. No imaginary rich man waiting for me, because I told you I'll never find him. I'm just going to die alone, homeless, broke, with nothing to offer but a couple of YouTube story times so you guys talk about me and I'm dead, telling your loved ones how funny I was, while I'm rotting in the ground 6 feet under, having to work for the rest of my life and never having to see one nyana Van Cleef. That's where we are. That's our reality. Okay. When I say our, I'm saying us. So you don't have to feel offended, because I know my type. My type is broke boys through and through. Broke boys, we are, baby. It's like, no. And then eventually she just tells me that, no, this person has been scamming people for years now using my account. So she's like, this account, that being the account I DM'd, and this particular account, which is an account where she's popular for, are my only accounts. If it's about this particular account, the person is apparently a guy and a scammer who's been stealing people's phones. When he meets up with them, the account blocked me. So and yeah, that's what happened. She was like, nope, this guy has been doing this for some time. and he's been doing this for about a year now. I've been posting about it on my social media. I've been trying to alert people that he's apparently a scammer who steals people's phones. So if you've seen this account, it's called Noodles. Be careful. The person is a scammer, and I'm more than happy, to give it the platform it deserves. Yeah, guys. And I'm quite surprised because I would have genuinely thought a scammer would not even try and approach another influencer under the guise of being another influencer. But then again, whoever this guy is, he's quite smart because he probably has the intel on how influencers are probably doing hookups and stuff. Because he came with a different approach from me. That's what happened. I am so full, like my stomach is even like protruding. I will say this though, I really tried it with those 6 eggs. I don't know who I thought I was. I'm gonna have quite an intense evening. But lucky for me, I'm single, so I'll just basically be parading within that smell in my own space. But anyway, guys, comment down below if something like this has ever happened to you. And the beautiful thing, the kicker of all of this was the fact that he came to me, the queen of story times on YouTube, and basically made my night that much better. Like, I think one of the guys I was talking to is like, yeah, why are you entertaining it? Why don't you just block that idiot? In my head, I'm like, dude, now again. What about the content? Are you gonna give me 35,000 rand? I'm gonna have to make this 35,000 from being on YouTube, so just let me be, nigga, please. But anyway, yeah, guys, that is the story. That is how I almost got scammed into going to a hookup with 35K. Comment down below and let me know if this has ever happened to you. But until then, guys, that is the end of my viral noodles. They were so good, but there's so much of them. And now these particular little insects are flying around. So I'm going to cut this video right here. I love you guys so much. And I will see you guys in my next mukbang and story time. Bye.